They are banned. The ban. Hopefully it actually bans them. I mean, there we go. Takes like half a freaking hour. Sorry, I'm going to take a drink real quick. And yeah, that says it's supposed to be like some kind of random fruit flavor. It just tastes like purple. It just tastes purple. And I am fine with that. Although I generally prefer the taste of green and red over purple. Is there a viable PvE Fist of the Heaven Paladin build? Depends on how loose your definition of viable is. Can you beat the game with it? Yes. Do you want to? No. You really don't. Hey, Data, how's it going? I'm surviving. We are trucking along trying to get the parts of the staff. We're going to finish Act 2 today, come hell or high water. Even if the game starts lagging, I'm going to finish recording that today because I only got like 5 episodes out of Act 1, so I do want to keep up with that. I want to keep up with releasing on the Let's Play Everything channel. And just to be safe, you're a little purple flavor fan yourself? Cool. But yeah, there really is not a reasonable Fist of the Heavens PvE build. It can be used PvP, just because it's just a massive single target hit thing. But there's a lot of ways that people can just kind of like overcome that pretty easily. Oh, we are about to break our swords. Sweet. And thankfully this is cheap to repair, but still, dang. Yeah, this is full Saigon set. It's Saigon set, which we've just found by just playing through the game. Because everything that we're using on this character is stuff that we have found on our previous characters on this account. So we have Murdered Faces. So that gets to go in there.
Greetings.
Trade, and it is left stick to repair? Yes. But yeah, we're using full Saigons just because, and we've got Angelic Sickle with Angelic Ring, if that would stop popping up over there, just to get that, because we have not found the Angelic Amulet, otherwise I'd be using that instead, and have a claw in here so I could actually charge up the Fire Strike, which would be a very, very, very welcome thing. But it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, because for some reason I have terrible luck with certain things, and Angelic is one of them. So we just kind of deal with it however we can. You wanted to make a caster pally that is not a hammered in. Oh, good luck. I mean, there are... Closest thing you're probably going to get is an Oradin or an Archer, a Ranger Paladin. And even then, that's not really caster so much as just AoE damage and a bow. Which, Rangers can be a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong on that one. They can be a lot of fun. They can get really expensive if you're going to like extremes as well. But for the most part, they're kind of like mid-price builds. Tretrion Mercenary, Grin, Tretrion Assassin isn't that bad if you are running a build that supports it. Because if you're running a Burst of Speed Assassin, it's gonna suck because you're gonna constantly be overriding your Burst of Speed. But as far as like, say, I'm trying to think of a good example. There's a few martial arts assassins that can actually make use of it. But as far as any kind of increased attack speed based assassin where it actually benefits them, they can make use of it. And if you don't put points into Fade, you get the full damage reduction as if you had that level of Fade. Whereas if you cast your own Fade, yeah, it's not quite as good. You still have the passive thing, but yeah. Let's just run through these because, frankly, the Palace Sellers are not your friend. They never have been, never will be. So this one, do we actually have the shortcut? I don't think we're gonna, but we can check it. And yeah, nothing too scary. Mercenary can handle whatever he finds up there. What do I think of the new rune words coming? We haven't seen the direct evidence of what they're going to be like. So I'm looking forward to them, but the little preview of this like super old versions of Pattern and Plague, they're not going to be exactly like that. They're going to be adjusted. What are my plans for the character? Is it going to be a pure Kixer or Riftson? I don't have Rift on this, so Rift. I have Rift on single player. I don't have it on here, but we're going to be doing charges. Oh, yep. That's what was voted for. We're going full charges. So basically, we're going to be going Phoenix Strike and Dragon Talon and probably Dragon Flight. And then we're going to have a little bit, because I'm not completely masochistic, we're going to go with some Death Sentry as well. But that's going to be our build. So that's the goal, and anything we're going to be doing with that is going to be just to support that. So is it a good build? God, no. Is it going to be completable before 2.4? I'm not actually sure. I think we could. We could probably like just struggle bust through it, but it's going to be one of those things where it's like, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to have our sanity afterwards. One of those situations. But it's fine. So there's the Hell Clans. I'm going to scratch my shoulder real quick while fighting a Ghoul Lord. Now, I do have to say, it is... doing this on keyboard... I mean, on keyboard would be way worse than doing it on controller, at least whenever we get to the end game stuff, simply because of how charges work, because I'd constantly have to be rotating skills, whereas with controller, and if I wanted to use the quick keys, I could do that as well with keyboard and mouse, but with controller I can just assign it to the face buttons and treat it more like a fighting game, which I can do. I can mentally juggle that, because I'll always have one button as my... Hey, wow, that guy teleported. But I'll always have one button as my charge up for Phoenix Strike. I'll have another button for my teleport. I'll have a different button for my other thing. I have a feeling we'll see 2.4 in probably late January, early February, if I had to guess, unless they rush the PTR, which is entirely possible. I still don't like the 2.3 patch. There are good things about it, but the improved AI is not improved. They just basically made things teleport to you quicker and pathfind a little bit better, and broke bugging the mercenaries, which means that any character that can't reposition the mercenaries or provide some sort of protection to them, unless you have high-end gear, you might as well not have a mercenary in hell. So, and that's just how it is. Now, generally speaking, your mercenary will be able to survive the first half of Act 1, which is what you needed to do to get to bug them. But let's go ahead and drop that. I'll identify this. I need to fill up my scrolls. Yeah, that can just go away. So, we didn't get anything good there. But, let's go ahead and drop this stuff. Let's see. Yeah, we need to get scrolls. We need to repair real quick. 100-something gold, that's fine. Drop that off. Oh, and we need to drop the Eld off as well. You like your main attack like Frozen Orb or Hammer on the face buttons for auras. Oh, you like your main attack like Frozen Orb or Hammer, the face buttons for auras, other attacks for immunes, and right button for things like Meteor, and you use left trigger to set like Cold Skill Shield Telekinesis. So left for your pre-buffs basically, and face for your actives, which is a fairly simple thing. Oh, I have to buy them one by one? Oh god, no, why? How full am I? 11 and 10. So let's get 4 of these. 2, 3, 4, and 5 of these. There we go. The main attack being right trigger. Hey, no one, how's it going? But yeah, I'm just sticking with what we've got here. I'm going to use just the main face buttons. I'm not going to use too much of the left trigger thing. I might start using it for buffs, like set it up for the dual trigger for having burst of speed on left trigger plus right trigger, but yeah. I know you can sell and rebuy it, but do they fill it up to full is the question when you sell and rebuy it. Because I know that, well, yeah, if you sell it to the smiths, they will, because it's treated like the arrows. For some reason, I was thinking selling it to Drogden, he's just going to sell you back one with 1 in it. Do I know how to heal my mercenary? I'm probably not going to bother with it. If I remember correctly, it is... Actually, I don't remember how to do it. To heal the mercenary on controller. I'll have to figure that out eventually. I know it on keyboard. It's just, yeah, muscle memory there. It's that time of year, no one. And I've missed a few streams because my internet's been jank. So it's left trigger and the D-pad buttons. Okay. Chances are I'm just going to let the mercenary die for the most part, sadly. But hopefully the improvements that they do with the mercenaries will be good ones. And I'll have a reason to use an Act, 3 mercenary that has AI that, stays back. Because that's one thing that I don't fault the Act 3 mercenaries on. They actually survive a lot better than the Act 2 mercenaries. I would say the Act 2 mercenaries are by far the most prone to death just naturally. If you're looking for a tanky mercenary, the Act 5 ones are tankier. Hi, big guy. There you go. But, yeah. Just whatever you can get. Left trigger and the D-pads to do the healing. I will probably forget that by the time I need it, but I will probably be asking again around then. If I even decide to keep a mercenary, honestly. If I do, I might switch to an Act 1 mercenary. Because for this build, I don't really need too many things. Blessed Aim would be about it. Maybe. Or Holy Freeze to slow things down. You wish they'd let Act 5 mercenaries hold 2 weapons. Fun little fact about the Act 5 mercenaries, if you give them a one-handed weapon, they actually get double damage on it. It does it's just kind of like the Act 2 mercenary with a javelin. Let's see. Act 2 mercenaries are also confused by things like doors. Yeah, Act 2 mercenaries are the bricks of the world. And they are not boosting Act 2 mercenaries at all, if memory serves. They actually... The patch 2.3 made Act 2 mercenaries objectively worse. So, yay. And I don't mind mercenaries being strong. I don't mind Act 2 mercenaries being the main one people go for. There are uses for Act 5 and Act 1 mercenaries. The one I'm pissed about is Act 3 mercenaries not getting any love. Hopefully, and I'm going to say this until I'm freaking blue in the face, hopefully they eventually realize just give the Act 3 mercenaries masteries and they'll be good. That's all they need is just masteries. So let's go ahead and drop down here. 3rd try. Let's see. Now, one thing that I'm probably never going to get used to is looking in 2 different places for information about the enemies. Because you actually do have to look at the... down at the bottom where their actual name is, like on the character, so that shows you which one it is. I wish that the health bar was mirrored up top. The Iron Wolves. Yep, they do have a cool name. I like the name Iron Wolves. It's pretty cool. But that doesn't make them any better. Pretty much the only even remotely useful one is the Ice one. And that's because they don't have masteries. The Ice one, chill length is not, well, it is impacted by mastery, but not as much as the damage output of Fire and Lightning, which don't have other kind of bonus effects. And the Act 1 mercenaries are probably going to get, if I had to guess, the Act 1 mercenaries are going to end up a little bit overpowered with the right gear. If they do the changes that I think they're going to do based on their more recent changes. Hey, Daladon, how's it going? Let's see. Makes you think of 40k. And if it has masteries, then it's all set. Yeah, if it has masteries, Act 3 mercenaries, especially the lightning and fire ones, you're going to see people putting a lot more value. If they had masteries, you'd see a lot more people putting value into Dragon and into... crap, what's it called? I'm sorry, I'm fighting things right now. Into Dream, into Dragon, into Hand of Justice. You're going to see changes there if they actually do end up giving them masteries. Act 2 mercenaries can already use javelins. But I don't think Act 1 mercenaries need different weapon types. I think they're fine with what they've got. Act 5 mercenaries, I wouldn't mind seeing them being able to use a variety of weapons. I would rather have them all be two-handed weapons, like axe, hammer, stuff like that. Putting finishing touches on a one-shot with Roll20 for some evil characters. Oh. I have to be very careful who I run evil campaigns with. Because evil is one of those things where it can really be different depending on the person you are talking to about it. If someone understands that evil is self-interest and selfishness and kind of not necessarily narcissism, but that kind of self-importance and the desire for power in oneself, then I am fine with evil. Whenever somebody's like, I want to be an edgelord just murder hoboing, and I want to be evil because of that, that's not evil, that's just being a psychopath. Can Act 3 mercenaries get faster cast rate from armor and weapons? Yes. Since the patch, you're considering getting T2R, but you don't know if your PC can take it. I need to test it on... Actually, I need to get that system up and running. But I need to test it on the system that's kind of just borderline spec, so I can actually see if that actually works out right. Which is why allowed for the format of quotation. Oh, okay. If someone wants to be a murder hobo in any of my games, they're going to have repercussions. NPCs are not going to like you if you're going around randomly killing people. And it's found out about. You wish that they would make it where mercenaries can have boots, gloves, amulet, and rings. I wouldn't mind boots and gloves and belt. I'm still on the fence about amulets and rings, honestly. But that's neither here nor there. It's just a few more slots for those resists would be nice. You literally don't have a graphics card, then you probably won't be able to run it. Unless you have one of the newer integrated graphics systems. And even then, I'm not sure they'll run it. Either way, I will extend the invitation on the Discord later for a time in January. For you as well, if you want neutral evil changeling. Unfortunately, I would have to change the theme of the changeling, because the changeling themselves would be definitely fall under lawful neutral, most likely, as to how they're designed. Because the premise of the character and their visual design is based on them having to hide. And they hide in a lawful situation. Wish they added pants to gear, legs getting a bit cold. That's a problem with a lot of games. You want to see a game without pants. You want to see a game without pants, go check out Titan Quest. Titan Quest has a real pants problem. Stairs, by the way, with controllers suck. Wait, can an Act 5 mercenary use the helm that has werewolf and lycanthropy? Yes. It can use it. It's not going to do anything for it. It can't use the shapeshift skills, but it can it can equip that helmet. The Act 5 mercenary can equip any barbarian helmet. Even Ariad's face. I have run Ariad's face on them before. Unfortunately, the rogue cannot equip Amazon stuff, but that's fine. Let's see. Boop. Your wish list for mercenaries would be them being able to heal themselves with potions on their belts. That would be nice.